Chapter 8. Bhagavan Krishna, the eternal Brahma. The spirit inside all living beings is called Brahma in Sanskrit. Brahma not only supports living beings but also the whole universe. This is the formless nature of God, the Absolute. Brahma is beginningless, endless, or everlasting, and changeless, therefore, it is often called the eternal Brahma. The word Brahma often gets confused with the word Brahma, the creative force or creator of this universe. The word Brahma is also spelled as Brahma or Brahman. The word Brahman often gets mixed up with another term, Brahmana, also spelled Brahman, which refers to the upper caste or intellectual class of people in India. I will explain this term later in chapter 18. Parabrahma, Paramatma, Father, Mother is the Supreme Being, who is the origin of everything, including Brahma, Spirit or Atma, and the Creator, Brahma. The word karma has several meanings. Generally, it means to do or work. It also means the stored-up fruits of one's work over past lives. Various powers of Brahma are called Deva or Deva, Devi, Devta. We worship these powers to get our worldly desires fulfilled. Ishvara is the power of God that stays in the bodies of all living beings to guide and control us. Bhagavan simply means powerful. This term is used for God. We call Shri Krishna also Jiva or Jivatma, which means living beings that take birth, have a limited lifespan, and die or change form. How often should I remember and worship God to make sure that I remember God when I die? We should form the habit of remembering God before taking our food, before going to bed, after getting up in the morning, and before starting any work or study. Are we always reborn as human beings? Human beings can take any one of the 8.4 million life forms on earth. Hindus believe in life after death. Lord Krishna said, whatever object one remembers at the time of death, that object one gets after death. During death, one remembers whatever thought existed during most of one's lifetime. Therefore, one should always remember God and do one's duty. Here is a story to illustrate the theory of transmigration of souls. The story of King Bharatha. When sage Vishwamitra was busy creating his own universe, Indra, the king of heaven, could not tolerate that. So he sent a beautiful heavenly dancer, Menka, to disturb him from his work. She succeeded and bore sage Vishwamitra's daughter, Shakuntala. She was raised in the hermitage of sage Kanava after Menka left for heaven. One day a king named Dushyanta wandered into the hermitage of sage Kanava. There he met and fell in love with Shakuntala, whom he secretly married in the hermitage. Afterwards, she gave birth to a baby boy named Bharatha. He was very handsome and strong, even during his childhood. Bharatha looked like the son of a deva. When he was only 6 years old, he used to play in the jungle by tying up baby wild animals, such as tigers, lions, and elephants. Bharatha became the king after Dushyanta. Bharatha was the greatest king of the land. Even today we also call India Bharatavarsha, the land of King Bharatha. He had 9 sons, but none of them seemed fit to rule after him, so he adopted a qualified child, who took over the kingdom after Bharatha. Thus, King Bharatha laid the foundations of democracy. There have been several other rulers by the name of Bharatha, such as Bharatha, the younger brother of Lord Rama, and Maharaja Bharatha. Here is a story of Maharaja Bharatha. A devotee named Maharaja Bharatha, the son of a saintly king Rishabhadeva, also ruled over our entire planet. He ruled for many years, but eventually renounced everything to take up the spiritual life of an ascetist. Although he was able to give up his opulent kingdom, he became attached to a baby deer. Once when the deer was absent, Maharaja Bharatha was so disturbed that he began to search for it. While searching and lamenting the deer's absence, Maharaja Bharatha fell down and died. Because his mind was fully absorbed in thinking of the deer at the time of his death, he naturally took his next birth from the womb of a deer. This is the theory of transmigration of the soul, which we believe. Some Western philosophers believe in reincarnation. The reincarnation theory is based on the assumption that a human soul takes birth only as humans, not as animals. The theory of transmigration seems more universal than the theory of reincarnation. If living beings go through cycles of birth and death, how about the sun, moon, earth, and stars? Do they also take birth and get destroyed? The entire visible creation has a lifespan. The visible worlds, such as stars and planets, have a lifespan of 8.64 billion years. During this period, the entire visible cosmos is created and destroyed. But Brahma is everlasting and is never destroyed. If some people do not come back to this world after death, what happens to them? Do they go to heaven and live there forever? Those who have done good work here on earth go to heaven, but they have to come back after enjoying the pleasures of heaven. Those who have been naughty and bad go to hell for punishment and also come back to earth. Those who have gained salvation, nirvana, do not take birth again. They become one with God and go to His supreme abode, called Paramatma. The supreme abode is higher than heaven. How can we gain the supreme abode, the house of God? Those who have the true knowledge of God are called God-realized and reach the house of God. They do not reincarnate. This is called the path of no return. This path is blocked for the ignorant and persons without the necessary qualities, such as austerity, faith in God, and knowledge of God. Only those who have these qualities will walk on this path of no return. Those who have not realized God, but have done good works, go to heaven by virtue of their good karma and take birth on earth again until they perfect themselves and become self-realized. Chapter 8 Summary. Some common Sanskrit terms have been explained, which you will understand better as you grow older. The theory of transmigration and the universe's creation and destruction cycle were also explained. A very simple and easy method of God realization is to always remember God and do your duty.